Live on CensorTube, D Live, and Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's having a super Sunday. What?
Watching the sun bake, thinking it looks fake. All of the skies outside are covered in goo. Smoking a big dew, watching the YouTube. Time to go in now, but what can he do? Staley's going live again in Centerville, searching for truth, taking some calls. Some people claim there's something wrong with his brain, 'cause he knows we don't live on the ball.
That's right. It's flat, and that's that.
Chatting and ranting about the moon landing,
The fake moon landing.
community strikes and hate speech on YouTube. But he's such
Good to see you,
a
Jess.
beauty.
Good to see you, Sue Finelli.
When he shakes his booty, he says Neil deGrasse and Bill Nye take the loop. Staley's live tonight, but not in Centralville. No one even knows that's now what it's called. All of his subs know he's not gay or insane, but they know he's got something for Paul. Stones and flip-flops, big man and his truth drops. Plenty of proof that our memories are good. Mandela affected, the facts are collected. It's a beautiful day now in this neighborhood. Staley's streaming truth tonight in Centerville.
Oh, boy.
Karen be on, call her watching the chat. Some people claim we've got nothing to gain, but we know it's still and it's flat. The Panama Canal runs north to south now. Most people claim it was once east to west. It's not magic mirror, but we can see clearer, 'cause everyone here knows that we're the fucking best. Staley's premiering videos tonight in Centerville. He might be at work or even in bed. Sometimes he claims he's going live on the main, but it don't.
He gets too stavely instead.
Everyone, he gets stavely instead.
Yep, he does. He does. And Braylon is already trying to interrupt this show, and he thinks it's just fun games, but he needs to go play. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna try to move on. What I want to do is I went live overnight on Twitch and D Live, and I want to show that show, or at least part of it, if nothing else. So I'm going to go ahead and just play that, and then I'll come back and share all the this new stuff for today that I have. Let's see here. I've got to get him settled where he'll play. Oh my goodness. All right, I had it ready. I thought, okay, never mind. I know where it's at. See, as soon as he starts trying to, interrupt the show, it just throws me off completely, and I just want to end the show. I mean, I love my grandson. I love having him, but I don't have anybody to help me. I don't have anybody to watch him for me to do a live show, or research for a show. So, it's just like I barely got any sleep last night just so I could prepare for last night's show and do last night's show. And yeah, the life of a granddad, I guess, or a single parent too. You could say that too. And he's just coming in and coming in and opening and shutting my door now, just trying to make as much noise as he can. Come on, baby, you gotta be quiet. Papa's doing a show. He's got 2 pair of my shoes in his hands, trying to open the door. Literally 4 shoes. How does a 2-year-old pick up size 11 shoes, 4 of them, and still open the door at the same time? Oh my gosh, he's just never ceases to amaze me. All right, and let's see, I still keep pulling up the same thing here. Hang on, guys, y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna try to get my head on straight and get the show going. If he doesn't go nuts here. All right. Oh dear. See, it's almost useless for me to go live. Try and go live. He doesn't understand what I'm trying to do, and he could be out in any of the other rooms playing. He knows that, but he wants to be right beside his pawpaw. Bless his heart. All right. Anyway, here we go. Whew, boy. I'm trying. My mouse is acting funny now too, so I guess it needs a battery, but it's not flashing. I'm going to need a new mouse. Tommy, tell the truth here. It is 1:20, 4:20 somewhere. And it is late Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. Hope everyone has a super Sunday. And I hope you had a sensational Saturday. COVID is a lie. it's alive.
Pandemic streets with the camera in our hands. See empty hospitals and things we just can't understand. We look into the facts and the stories we're being told. We ain't taking no shots or letting our minds be controlled. 'Cause the truthers don't stand up and fight. 'Cause we know it, COVID's alive. We know it, COVID's alive. Know it, COVID's alive. No way, COVID's alive. COVID's alive, yeah. Know it, yeah, COVID's alive. COVID's alive. COVID's alive.
COVID's alive. Indeed, indeed. All right. 3 people. Hello, R. Jones. Good morning to you in London. I've been smoking some London pound cake weed, and I have some London pound cake wax too that I've been smoking, and some let's see, gummy worm shatter. Yum yum. All right. Well, like I said in the beginning, it's 1:20 here, 1:26 now, in Florida, and yeah. So I'm gonna be all over the place today, but um, I want to start with some pot news. It's still 4:20 something somewhere, so Florida has decided to change the game up a little bit on their medical marijuana legislation, and so starting Monday here in Florida, you're going to be more limited to the products you can buy. Um, about 6 months ago, maybe about 8 months, who knows. Anyway, they lowered the amount of flower buds that you could get in a month's time, and now they're doing the same thing with the edibles and the concentrates starting Monday, and there's new rolling limits on what you can get. I mean, there's a bunch of changes. The only good change I saw was that they're going to allow doctors to do telehealth, and they're going to. Well, I don't even know if this is going to affect yet, if it was approved with it, but they said they're going to let the cards, your medical card, which I have one over there on my matrix board there. One of my IDs, they'll last like 2 or 3 years, not just 1 year. So that would save people money. And there was something else too. But anyway, the telehealth is big. Now, this last time that I went and saw my doctor to get more prescriptions, because you have to buy the card, the ID from the state, and then you got to pay your doctor for the doctor visit and the prescriptions that he writes you, and he writes you 7 months prescription at a time, 7 or 8 or something like that on it, and so and you're supposed to be able to get 2.5 ounces of flour every month, and you used to be able to go in at any time during the month and get that 2.5 ounces. Now you can only get, say you go in a week before, like the week before the month is over, you can only get a week's worth. But I think this new law even takes it a step further, where you can only get like you're only allowed 2.2 grams a day. And so I don't know if they're going to limit you now to only buying 2.2 grams a day or however it's going to work out. But anyway, they're definitely putting a limit on the now, which was unlimited, the edibles and the concentrates, which falls under the vapes, dabs, wax shatter, RSO, and yeah, any other concentrate form. So it's I don't think it's fair that they're you know making all these changes, but of course we see this right here, recreational pot in Florida. So it's supposed to be on the ballot for 2024, which you know it should have been on there for 2020 or 2022, whatever. Yeah, 2020 when we got the medical, but they put it off on purpose. But anyway, so if that passes, it would be like mid 2025 that Florida will have recreational pot, meaning anyone 21 or over will be able to go and buy, pot without a doctor's recommendation, like so many other states have. Um, and I would hope that at that point we'd be able to grow our own too, like Virginia just adopted with their medical and recreational, uh, you know, laws, which really shocked me. I was surprised that Virginia did. Now, I think that North Carolina and South Carolina will be the last states, if ever, in the United States to pass medical marijuana laws, but we'll see. Uh, D. Satan uh, said that he would charge, if it was up to him, he says, I would charge them an arm and a leg. And he's talking about the dispensaries. I mean, everybody wants these licenses. So he wants to charge the marijuana firms, the dispensaries, as much money as he can. So everybody loves DeSantis, but he's no better than any other politician that just wants to make his rob every business of as much money as they can, tax people, like crazy, and turn everything into politics. Then you got the feds fight over medical marijuana and gun licenses. I have a family member that won't smoke pot, even though he likes it or loves it, even I would say, because he's worried about losing his gun rights if he smokes, marijuana or gets even medical marijuana if he gets a card. But so that's another fight going on, political fight where, oh, we'll let everybody in America smoke pot if they'll just give up their guns and their gun rights. Yeah, of course they want to do that. They're willing to do that. Rise of potent weed brings warnings of chronic vomiting, and addiction. Yeah, okay, we've heard that before. Medical marijuana providers cries foul over online brokers' telehealth evaluations. That's what I was saying about. So they're going to be able to, the doctors are going to be able to just see you online or even over the phone. Like I said, the last time I went, I didn't know if I finished that story. Yeah, the last time I went to get mine renewed, my prescriptions, the doctor was supposed to meet me at the dispensary, and I got there and he called me, or I might even have called him when he wasn't there, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm in California or somewhere, my plane's delayed, so I'm going to go ahead and do this over the phone, which was illegal at that time. I guess now it's not, but and he approved my prescriptions this last time over the phone. And he's like, I know this isn't technically legal, but I'm going to approve it anyway. And I'm like, okay, hey, I just want to, smoke legally. Anyway, so yeah, lots of politics in medical marijuana. Of course, people should expect that, I guess. I found this channel, and I think they're based in Florida. Let's see. Channel. Great. Hey guys, I just wanted to stop here real quick and tell y'all that I'm glad you're here, and it's going to be 4:20 somewhere in 3 minutes. And I want to give a shout out to Skatesy, Bizwoofer, Brian Stavely just came in. Hey. Let's see, we got Sparky Lady there. We got Chicago artist Rick Swain, Chris from South Jersey. Please stop playing with my door, Braylon. Tanette. We got Carrie. Braylon, stop. Mystical Rock Hounding and Fossils. Jellyhead. Jess Palmer. Sue Finelli. Chris from South Jersey. Hey. Let me see who else we have. All right. Angry Mouth Freak. Okay. Anyway, so what you're watching is from overnight last night when I went live at 1 in the morning or something like that. Yeah, 1:20 I think it was, or whatever. Anyway, and I've got stuff to show you too today, so I will be back on here live. I'm watching this with y'all though, and trying to tend to Braylon, but I'm not going to probably show the whole show. And as a matter of fact, for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes of it, I ended up muting myself, of course, trying to cover my cough. So I'm definitely going to stop it before that. I'm just going to play a few minutes of this segment here with the with this pot news show. So let's check that out real quick. I'm going to mute myself for a minute here. And this is a local, it's a Florida channel, and they go by FCC. I forget what it stands for. Let's see. We'll know here in a second. Florida Medical FCC, Florida Cannabis Coalition. Yeah, FCC. It's a play on the FCC, with for TV. All right. Anyway, here we go. 17 is dedicated to ending the cannabis stigma through high-quality news and lifestyle content. FCC, Florida Cannabis Coalition. And I thought I clicked on their website. Yes. Here it is. 710 Morning Show. And there's your two hosts there. I was listening to this, but it's not going to let me start it over. But anyway, so I want to check out their show a little bit here. Where's the one that I came across? Let's see. Okay, here we go.
We're back on the morning show. What a morning. What a great morning.
We have some delicious trichopath and Vitacan today.
Trichopath. That's what I was going a little bit yesterday. With the craziness that was going on. Everybody was going a little trichopath yesterday. You guys see what was going on yesterday? I don't even need to look for a story this morning. Yesterday was such a story.
Right.
If you are living under a rock here in Florida as a patient, a medical marijuana patient, they made some drastic
Okay, he's talking about the allowment on bud right there. And hopefully they're going to talk about the new stuff, at least Monday, the new changes to the law. I'm going back to it, but I just want to check on the show real quick. I'm smoking my morning one now. Cool, cool, R. Jones. Cool. I'm probably going to do a bong hit in a minute. It's 4 minutes until 20 till. It's 4:21 somewhere right now. All right, let's just go up ahead a little bit here. Oh, this thing doesn't like you to. Okay, yeah. There I go, caught up. Let me just skip ahead here. I want to show you the residue the residue part, if nothing else. All right. Team, but the other day it said 11, 11, 11, 111, 111, 111. That was cool. All righty. Getting away from that. Volkswagen. How do you remember the spelling of Volkswagen? I certainly remember it being with wagon on the end with the W-A-G-O-N, Volkswagen. But now it's always been, no matter where you're at, Volkswagen with a W-A-G-E-N. And yeah, so, but here's 3 days ago, Volkswagen to enter mining businesses in effort to secure something. So there you go, Volkswagen with with an O, like we remember. 3 days ago, burglaries in Glencoe. Cars lead to one crash. Whatever. A 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan with the G-O-N. 2 days ago, Harrison County man arrested in April fatal crash investigation. The insulting investigation determined a westbound Volkswagen with the O-N Jetta. There you go. So lots of residue here 5 days ago. A converter was cut off a Volkswagen with a G-O-N. That doesn't exist, so how'd they cut the converter off? There's another one, Volkswagen Arena, 5 days ago. There's an instable, how do you say that? Well, anyway, in Turkey. All right. Here's another one, 2 weeks ago. I dream of Weenie moving to a new location in East Nashville. I guess that's a hot dogs something store or something. It has a yellow Volkswagen bus in it, which we know. Let's just see if it has the gap. If it shows has a gap. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's see. They're showing the ad now. Come on. I just saw it.
Get a king-size Restonic or Scott Living mattress for the price of a queen.
At the BF Mars.
So we'll see if it has a gap. The Volkswagen logo on the bus.
Nashville, you can't miss it. The colorful hot dog eatery, I love the name, I Dream of Winnie.
Gap.
After operating out of a vintage Volkswagen.
So that is a Mandela affected logo there. Used to be no gap between the V and the W there. That's a personal one for me because I designed a logo for a surf shop when I was young, and I did it. There was the name of the shop was WRV, so I had a big W and a V like that, and it was no gap. So anyway, yeah, that one's definitely a good one for me. And there it is again right there, Volkswagen bus. Let me blow that up for you. Where the heck is it? I can't see where to blow it up at. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it does say Volkswagen G-O-N, not G-E-N. All right. Done. Here's another one. Suspect fled the scene in a black Volkswagen G-O-N a week ago. 3 days ago, during their years of service in Germany, they purchased a Volkswagen camper, G-O-N. Here's another one. Oh, that's that same one about the kid that fled in one. But Volkswagen, all these right here are GON, not GEN. So lots of people remember GON. But you could say, well, Volkswagen, when people think wagon, they're just going to put an O. But, I mean, when it comes to cars, generally people remember how to spell cars, and they're not going to get it wrong, So I just want to look at the books real quick. I'm sure I've looked at it before, but I want to look at the books and see what's so funny about a Volkswagen. That's a book. And there it is with WAGON, wagon, like we remember. There's another book with it in there, wagon, GON. Here's a book. Check this one out. Wow. Boy, somebody should contact them, because even on their cover of the book, Realistic Cars, Coloring Books, Volkswagen Golf GTI. Well, that car's not realistic now, is it? Because it doesn't exist. If it's GON, it should be GEN. But there you have it there, Volkswagen. That book came out in December of 2018. So somebody needs to tell Louise Howard that definitely, he's Mandela affected, or she is. I'm sorry. I don't think the guy's name is Luis. Whoops. Could be though. All right. Anyway, so let's see. We have another book, Volkswagen Bug, written in 1984. 1984. Interesting. Ray Miller wrote this book called Volkswagen Bug, the People's Car. Fix Your Volkswagen, written in 1983, but says Fix Your Volkswagen 1978. Larry Johnson Goodhart wrote that in 78. Fix Your Volkswagen. Obviously, all these people are just crazy that they spelled it with an O instead of an E, the way it's always been. Not Volkswagen. Washington State Volkswagen Settlement Grants announcement. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing at all. Just a bunch of people and books that have editors, Volkswagen, GON, books, people, books. GON, 1974, 2006. Volkswagen book. Book. GON. Oh my goodness. GON. This is nuts. Maybe I have never looked up Volkswagen in the books, because it's book after book. Even the title on the cover, it don't matter. It's all there for you to see the residue that it was Volkswagen, not wagon. Oh dear. Maybe we need to look up the word gone and see what's going on with that. Okay. Origin. Well, it's not a word, but we'll just do it anyway. Word gone. Kind, like a race or kind. Gen is gender. So no wonder it changed from gone to gen, because you have all this gender stuff going on, Wow. Okay, I get it now. So Volkswagen changed to Volkswagen, gender. So you're seeing here, it's the source Greek word meaning soul. Holy crap. Comes from the Greek word Pouche or something like that, meaning soul. Your soul. Well, this is pretty deep then. I didn't expect all that, but the word goni, derived from Greek word gon, meaning that which is born. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Corner for gone. Oh. Imagine that. This one's talking about discharge of semen. What the heck? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, sometimes you got to look up the meaning of words and the origin of them in these Mandela effects to see why they possibly changed. Oh boy. Okay, before we go on to the Antichrist, or one of the many Antichrists, well, yeah, well, this is an Antichrist too. Sorry, if you're a Donald Trump lover, but sorry, not sorry, but all the world leaders are pretty much Antichrist, one of many. All right, so I did a short video on this hat, but can you look at the price here, man? $99 for a hat? Who the hell is paying $99 for, well, maybe these MAGA-loving, Trump-loving fools, but new Donald Trump official Space Force graphic baseball hat, $99 plus $6 shipping and handling. Are you out of your mind? Now, this is the one I brought you and showed you upside down. This is Baphomet. There's the face, and the horns and the star. It's clearly, just turn it upside down or put your head upside down, you'll see it, or watch my short video. But anyway, so I just couldn't believe that they're actually charging $99 for this hat. I'm like, unbelievable. It's just nuts. Get you a Baphomet Space Farce hat for $99 or $105 or $6 with shipping and handling. No thank you, Donald Chump. Alrighty then, let's see. Only one person watching. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's 2:02 in the morning here. So I've talked a lot about this guy here. Scumbag. Yuval Noah Harari. It's interesting that he has a fingerprint there in the Noah part. Yeah, this guy is scum, and he is auditioning to be the official Antichrist. Though I don't think he is, but he is just one of many Antichrists, in the world,
The
trying
lion.
to run the world. We humans aren't strong like lions. We don't swim. Yes, that's funny that he said lions. We have the wolf and the lion. Now, not the wolf and the lion. We have the lion. They have the wolf and the lamb instead of the lion and the lamb. In the Bible, Isaiah 11:6. We don't swim as well as dolphins, and we definitely don't have wings. So how did we end up ruling the world? The answer to that one is the strangest tales you'll ever hear, and is a true story. No, it's not true, because nothing this guy says is true. So anyway, what I'm getting at here is your buddy, I hope, Yuval Noah Harari, has come out with a children's book, or a series of children's books at that. And it says on the book here, Volume 1, Unstoppable Us, How Humans Took Over the World, out in autumn of 2022. This guy never stops to, he just, with his evil agenda. Isn't that a wolf right there? So he's got a wolf right there, like a golden wolf, whatever. rah, with his mouth open, trying to, devour. That's interesting. He's got a monkey with no tail. Where's the monkey's tail? Is he trying to do a Curious George thing here? I mean, come on. Seriously, who draws a monkey without a tail? Besides, the Mandela effect on the Curious George. Everybody knows monkeys have tails. Well, that's weird. Okay, anyway. Harari, Unstoppable Us, is the epic new children's book series from Yuval Noah Harari, to be published in 4 volumes with beautiful color illustrations by Ricard Saplana Ruiz. In this immersive and mind-blowing adventure, the best-selling author brings his signature style to a younger audience for the first time, revealing that humans have a superpower and that we used to create strange and mysterious things. Yeah, with sorcery and witchcraft and pharmakia. Yeah. From ghosts and spirits to governments and corporations. Imagine that. That's all witchcraft and sorcery and whatnot, and pharmakia related. We are all conquering and insatiable, most creative and most destructive, or in a word, unstoppable. And the series engages preteens with the baffling true story, not true, of the most powerful animals on the plane, I'll say, highlighting that the world in which we live in, the world which we didn't have, to be a world in which we live didn't have to be this way. People made it what it is, and people can change it. Well, that's what these world leaders do, is they create the chaos and then they come back with a solution, but they always want more of your soul, more of your rights, more of your consent, to fix everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and this guy, don't forget, is an atheist who, hates everything to do with God, and anyway, he wants to be God, though. He wants to be his own God, and of course he wants to help Elon Musk's rat put chips in everybody so they can hive mind, control, enslave all the NPCs. Of course, no weapon formed against us, the truthers, the people in love with the truth, and spread the truth as we know it. We don't have all the answers, but we stay on the right side of good and evil. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. It's just, this is ridiculous, man. We'll be okay, but I'm talking to the people that are on the fence. NPCs are unreachable. If you go full NPC, you're unreachable. I think there's no coming back from becoming a full NPC. Unfortunately, but there are so many people still on the fence, and a lot of those people are being pushed now to make a decision. Do I want to, be on the side of good and have free will and keep control of my
it's 22
myself and my
time to smoke,
mind, and or do I want to sell out and consent to a world government that wants to literally control what you think and say and do and buy, all that stuff, at some point. And of course, they want you to be willing to merge with machines, whatever way they want to do too, with their transhumanism and whatnot. Anyway, all right. So, let's see. It says people made their way and people can change it. Okay, Harari's writing style is accessible and entertaining, applying plain language to complex questions and using humor as a way into serious topics. Each volume in the series will explore a different part of our history, kicking off with how humans took over the world. And of course, he believes in evolution. So he's going to be preaching all of that crap that we came from monkeys or whatever. Monkeys with no tail. Thanks to the Mandela effect. So let's see here. Kicking off how humans took over the world, and which invites young readers to discover why money is the most successful fairy tale ever, how fire shrank our stomachs, and what the game of football tells us about being human. Okay, fake sports, yeah. This is the story of humanity as you've never heard it before, with dwarfs, of course, giant snakes, a great lion spirit that lives above the clouds.
He really means a golden
the
wolf,
finger of a 50,000-year-old child revealing mysteries of our origin. So somebody's claiming to have a finger of a 50,000-year-old child. Revealing mysteries of origin. Whether you are 9 or 99, look how he had to put 666 in there, y'all. Whether you're 9 or 99, Unstoppable Us can be enjoyed by anyone who ever wondered, who are we and how did we get here? Oh my goodness, man. This book series is produced by Sapienship, which is his garbage first book or whatever. I don't even know if it was first book, but he's got, a book on evolution, basically. The social impact.
I wouldn't go anywhere if I were y'all, because there is so much more I have to share. Just hang in there. When I come back on live, you're watching last night's live show, but I'm telling you, I've got some. Woo! I got a whopper. Just wait. It's worth waiting. Trust me. Thank you for being here, all 30 people. God bless you all. And let's get back to this. But I'm telling you, I got a whopper.
Company co-founded by Itzik Havar and Yuval Noah Harari in collaboration with editorial teams at C.H. Beck and DTV publishing houses. There's some of the book right there. Different kinds of humans. Oh, I can pull it up. Look at this. Oh boy. Today, people around the world may look different and speak different languages. Yes, because God did that to slow everybody's roll. The Tower Babel and all that. But we're actually all the same. Whether you go to China or Italy, to Greenland or South Africa, you find the same kinds of humans everywhere. Of course, there are differences in things like hair color, skin, hair color, and skin color between, for example, Chinese, Italians, Greenlanders, and South Africans. But underneath the skin, we all have similar bodies, similar brains, and similar abilities. So we should all have similar thoughts and and do all the similar things. Anyway, that's what he's getting at there. Is he just wants everybody to hive mind and think and say and do the same thing that they program you to say. Anyway, Chinese people can learn Italian. Greenlanders can play football with South Africans, and everybody can build a spaceship together. Oh, you got to throw in some space farce for you too. Of course you do. Haval. Oh boy. So everybody can build a spaceship together. No, because space is not what NASA says it is. Give me a break. It's quite strange that there's just one kind of human all over the world. After all, and I beg to differ. I think that there are people that have enhanced or changed or manipulated their bodies so much, and they're possessed by unholy spirits that they're different. They're not as human as we are. Anyway, let's see. After all, in every country there are different kinds of ants, snakes, or bears. In icy Greenland, there are polar bears. In the Canadian mountains, grizzly bears. In the woodlands of Romania, brown bears. And in the bamboo forests of China, panda bears. So why is there just one type of human in all these places? Oh my goodness, man. This is just a bunch of ridiculous indoctrination programming that he wants to put in you, so these world leaders want to. Well, for a very long time, our plane, I will say, because I don't say planet, was I just did, was actually home to many different kinds of humans. Huh. In various parts of the world, humans had to deal with different animals, plants, and climates. Some humans lived in high mountains with lots of snow, and some lived on tropical seashores with lots of sun. Some humans flourished in deserts and some in swamps. For more than 1,000,000 years, no, sorry, I don't think it's been around that long, as humans adapted to unique conditions of each area, they gradually became more and more different, just like the bears. Like Smokey the Bear? Okay, so food memories. Here he's got thousands of years ago. Our ancestors lived very differently from us, but the way they lived has shaped how we behave today. When you're frightened of monsters in the night, no fear here, buddy. Only fear I have is of evil people like you succeeding more, not being stopped, and doing a lot of damage. Page 77. Look at there. And look, he's got a 6 right there. Look at the 6. Why has he got a 6 right there? And he's got a fish and a sun. Interesting. All right, so yeah, this is just oh boy. The answer is that our bodies think we are still living in the Stone Age. And back then, it made perfect sense to binge on sweet and fatty foods. Our ancestors didn't have supermarkets and refrigerators. When we were hungry, they would walk through the woods along the rivers looking for something to eat. And they never came across probably a grocery store or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, he's just filling kids' minds with a bunch of crap. And look at this right here. This English, this UK flag here looks like it's got the way we remember. That's interesting. It's symmetrical. It's the lines, the red stripes are in the middle. So that's some residue right there on his own website. Power and imagination, science and religion, ecology, money and politics, future and happiness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the Antichrist's website. I mean, one of the Antichrist's websites for you here. He's going to be in the Netherlands. Oh my goodness. Voynich, where are you? Go check out Yuval Noah Harari and throw an egg at him. No, I can't tell you to do that. That's assault. But anyway, go tell him he's a piece of you know what. So he's going to be in the Netherlands, Leiden, Netherlands, to meet with brave young minds. An intimate conversation with the young generation, 10 to 18 years of age, as a part of science thing. Oh my goodness. This guy is doing some serious damage. You know who I'm talking about, right? I hope by now. Yuval Noah Harari works. He's the right-hand man for Klaus Schwab, or whatever the hell his name is. Claude Schwab, the World Economic Forum guy who wants to, do what this guy here always talks about and enslave everybody, and hive mind, all the good stuff. Anyway, so here we go. Brave Young Minds in conversation with Professor Yuval Noah Harari in Naturalis Leiden. Uh, Young generation asks questions about who we are as humans. So this guy he's doing a world tour, I guess, just like he's a Darwin all of a sudden, and just spreading all this evolution bull crap and his his agendas and his hopeful, wishful thinking for the future of hive minding and controlling everybody. Oh my goodness, he's trying to get in the minds of all these kids around the world, preteens and kids, or preteens and teens. Mm. Oh man, let me get a drink here. I'm so disgusted by this guy. Oh, you could apply to send questions in. Huh. Holy moly. They wouldn't, definitely wouldn't. Brave Young Minds is organized by Brave New World Conference. Yeah, imagine that. That's sounds pretty New World Order, One World Order agenda to me. Let's check them out. Brave New World Conference is an annual art and science conference for people who want to know what the future holds in store and how this will affect their business. Oh, very interesting, huh? See, the New World Order has to put everything out there, what they're going to do. And I say New World Order. I try to call it World Order now because it's not new. I've been telling people about it for 28 years, so it's obviously not new. I was sat down and red pilled by somebody in the know in 1994, all about their One World Order agenda that's been unfolding ever since. And people come to me and say, "Oh, I used to think you're crazy, but dang, I see it now. I'm waking up." Yeah. So here we go. Let's just see who the speakers are real quick, because we know one of them, him. You all know Harari, but we got Susan Snyder, Jeremy Lent, Andrea Evers. Now let me go back here. Susan Snyder, founding director, Center for the Future Mind. Yeah, see, he wants to. Harari and Klaus Schwab, or whatever his dang name is. People like him want to. Elon Muskrat too. They want to control your mind. That's the future for your mind. If you consent, if you go full NPC, you will be controlled and enslaved by these people who are dead set on doing it. So you have to stay on the right side of this thing to win in the end, folks. No fear. You don't have to live in fear because these people aren't scary. Do any of these people look scary? Does Noah Yuval Harari look scary? I mean, he's a little scary, but not the point that I'm going to run. I would stomp him real quick. So anyway, here's some more people that are speakers. They're wolves in sheep clothing. Some of them a little more wolfy than sheep, but some of them more a little sheepy than wolf. But yeah, so just gonna see here. So that one was she's the director and founding director, Center for the Future Mind, author and interrogator, professor of health psychology. Of course, they got to have their psychology in there. Professor of ethics and technology. This guy Yogi Henley. Jeez, I bet him and Yuval are buddies. What is he? He's an environmental philosopher and public health scientist. Give me a break. We got a neuroscience and rector magnificus. I don't know, whatever. We got futures researcher, speculative and designer, and futures researcher, interactive designer.
Let me just stop it right there for a minute, and get right to. Let's see. Yeah. La, 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 la. Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay, so here's the page you were just looking at. Wait till you see a couple of their speakers. Wait till you see this one speaker. Oh my goodness! And don't forget, these are who the world elite, who run the world, are turning to shape the future of the world. Look how many of there are, but this one guy, oh my goodness. And I think it might be the part that I was muted at anyway, so I'm just gonna show him right here. This dude looks like Spock, but worse. Okay, Neil Harbinson is an artist and cyborg. Neil Harbinson is a Catalan-raised, born contemporary artist and cyborg activist. Best known for having an antenna implanted in his skull and for being officially recognized as a cyborg by a government. Harbinson identifies himself as a cyborg. He feels both his mind and body are united to cybernetics. He doesn't feel he is using or wearing technology. Instead, he feels he is technology. That's what they want. The antenna on his head allows him to perceive visible and invisible colors such as infrareds and ultraviolets via sound waves frequencies. The antenna's internet connection allows him to receive colors from space, and as well as images, videos, music, or phone calls directly into his head via external devices such as mobile phones or fake satellites, or balloon satellites. His artworks investigate the relationship between color and sound, experiment the boundaries of human perception, and explore the use of artistic expression via sensory extensions. In 2010, he co-founded the Cyborg Foundation with Moon Ribis. He founded the Cyborg Foundation with Moon Ribis. Okay, and all it tells you about that, an international organization. That the Cyborg Foundation is an international organization that aims to help humans become cyborgs, defend cyborg rights, and promote cyborgism, another ism, as a social and artistic movement. I mean, I wanted to throw up when I saw this guy, and I wanted to double throw up when I read all this crap too. Braylon, go. Shh. Be quiet. So, what do you think about this guy with an antenna implanted in his brain? I mean, come on, folks. This is ridiculous. This is who the elite turn to. People like him that are freaks and will go along with anything they put out there. Oh my goodness, man. I just can't believe it. I mean, I guess I should. So this is this is called Brave New World. It's a he's one of the speakers, and this is a conference that they put on. All right, so let me show you Moon Ribis, his partner, real quick. Here she is. If it's a she. I don't know. All right. Moon Ribis, artist and cyborg. Moon Ribis is a Catalan avant-garde artist and cyborg activist, best known for developing the seismic sense, an online seismic sensor implanted in her arm. Okay, a sensor in her arm that allows her to perceive earthquakes through vibrations in real time. In 2010, she co-founded the Cyborg Foundation, an international organization that aims to help people become cyborgs. Alrighty then, and so on. Defends their rights and promotes cyborgism. In order to share her experience, she then translates her new sense on stage. Her performances are a direct result of an interaction between the movement of tectonic plates and its interpreter. Rebus, it could be Rebus, but Rebus transposes the earthquakes into either sound in her ear piece, seismic percussion, or dance in waiting for earthquakes, allowing the audience to feel a direct connection to the plane of existence. Her current project is to feel moonquakes. Oh my goodness. The seismic activity on the moon. Ribis believes that by extending our senses to perceive outside the plane, we can all become sensstronauts. So you might not have what it takes to be an astroactor, but you could be a senstronaut. Adding this new sense will allow her to be physically on Earth while her feet are on the moon. Wow, she's doing moon shrooms, isn't she, or something? Whoa. So in a way, she will be on Earth and in space, fake space, at the same time. Since 2007, Moon has been experimenting with the union between technology and her body to explore the boundaries of perception and to experience movement in a deeper way. Some of her previous research includes the transcendental communication, the 360 perception, and Speedborg, whatever that is. Oh my goodness. These people are freaky. Man, what in the world, man? I mean, Braylon, you're being too loud. Shh. Please. Sorry, folks. So, I mean, they'll just let anybody talk. Any freak that'll go along with the one world order agenda, you got a stage and your platform, to speak to all the NPCs in the world. So anyway, yeah, I could sit here for an hour and go through all these freaks that the Brave New World conference for 2022 has lined up, and it's just unbelievable. Oh God, the garbage, more garbage. So back to okay, this is their thing here. I haven't even looked at the rest of this stuff, but we don't need to. We know what we're dealing with. I'm going to probably have to stop again. So I have new residue, and I have some other stuff to share, but Braylon's just not cooperating, y'all. I mean, it's hard to do a show with the baby screaming in the background. All right. Anyway, I'll try to get him situated again, and then I'll come back live. Let me go back to the Braylon, please. Shh. Please, baby, please. All right, let me get us back to. Let me see where we can start here now. I don't think I was muted here. All that. Okay, I wasn't. All right. So let's go over this because I did just forget to go over this part here. Let me see. Huh, 111. The 111 mark here. That's funny. Okay. Here's one that's a conference. Let's see. $30, $40. Let's see if it's going to show. This is different stuff here. I was trying to find out the price for the Brave New World conference. The price. Here we go. But here is the Starship Humanity. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Huh. Welcome and opening. The first artist in space. Mars Foundation. Post-planetary design. Einstein's travel agency. Future possibilities in space and the need to explore and survive, the law governing space settlements. Oh my goodness, a bunch of space farce. Here we go with the G word, space exploring global commons or Wild West, extraterrestrial ethics. Oh my gosh, rules and ethics of space exploration and the benefits or risk for society, orbital politics. Oh, just a bunch of crap. AI gender stereotyping, defending the digital divide, tech-driven democracy, influence of tech on society. They're always doing experiments, social experiments, and that's what communism and socialism and fascism and all that stuff is, They want people to believe that there's, all these different, cultures, and they design it all. They're behind everything. They run everything. So it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, or who your government is, blah blah blah. All that is all designed by these type of people right here. The think tanks and the world elite. That get together. Yeah, they get together, folks, and they decide which way the world is going to be shaped and ran. What's popular and what's not. I mean, everything. They just cover it all, even the ridiculous space farce crap. But oh my goodness, man, I'm sick. So 68 followers. I'm surprised that there isn't more, but I'm sure they get a pretty good turnout to this sick crap. So, wow. Yeah, again, Brave New World is an annual conference for people who want to know what the future holds in store and how this will affect their businesses, policies, and life. Yeah, because that's what they're trying to do. Is run your life. Wow, is anybody here? I am so disgusted and blown away. Man, panda bears are fake. Hey, no despair bear. What's happening, bro? Yeah, this to me is just unreal, man. I cannot believe, how far they go in trying to, run our lives and shape our lives. It's just unbelievable. From Noah Harari with his dumb children's books, trying to, make people think. Oh yeah, so let's watch a few minutes of this here. This is him introducing the announcing the preteen series Unstoppable Us at Bologna Children's Book Fair. And look at this creepy looking face he's got here. Yuval Noah Harari's epic new series for preteens
That's a weird looking thing there. All right. Anyway.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to this very special announcement of Yuval Noah Harari's new book series for preteens. My name is Michael Zor. I work for Sapienship, the social impact company Yuval co-founded with his husband Itzik.
111 here.
With his
111.
husband. 3 minutes to 20 till. So I'm about to get something loaded up. I'm gonna hit this vape and then get something loaded up too. I go live like this, sometimes late at night. I don't care if there's nobody that tunes in. I want to share this information, so I'll put this on YouTube, later, and other places too, Rockfin and Odyssey and whatnot. But anyway, I'm live right now on Twitch and DLive, on purpose so that I can just get the show done. And if it doesn't work out, I won't put it on. If it turns out bad or something or whatever, or I can't risk putting it on YouTube because of censorship, But I think it's going to end up on there. But anyway. Let's get back to this. Yeah. Time to smoke.
Producing the books. So Yuval will shortly be speaking about this new series with Rana Rahimpour from the BBC. But first, let me briefly tell you a little bit more about this book. The book series will be called Unstoppable Us.
That's creepy.
Unstoppable Us tells the epic true story of the rise and rise of humans on planet Earth to a younger audience in a crystal clear, humorous, and incredibly engaging style. We suspect that whether you're 9 or 99 years old, you will not want to put
666 again.
The series
There's the 9 and 99 again, upside down 666. They have to put that out there.
Will be published in 4 volumes, one each year, with colorful illustrations by the talented Ricard Zaplana Ruiz, starting with Unstoppable Us, How Humans Took Over the World, published this autumn in 25 languages, and Volume 2 in October 2023. This storytelling project is an international collaboration between Harari, the illustrator Zaplana Ruiz, the editorial teams at the German publishing houses CH Beck and DTV,
Germany, of course,
and the editorial and production teams at Sapienship. Yuval Noah Harari already has a significant global following, having sold nearly 40 million books for adults in 65 different languages. In Unstoppable Us, Yuval tells nonfiction in a narrative style that makes history relevant to kids' everyday lives and immerses them in questions like, what is the most successful fairy tale ever? Is life fair? To broaden the impact of the new book series, Sapienship and its partners are creating an interactive digital workshop for elementary and middle schools based on Unstoppable Us. The workshop is designed to be delivered by educators with the students' concerns at the heart of the conversation, offering children scientific tools and skills to drive their own learning experience and encouraging them to apply critical thinking. The workshop will challenge young people to explore what it means to be human, using scientific methods through a digital detective game that invites participants to investigate central mysteries of human history. Teachers can deliver this activity in 1 hour, dividing the classroom into groups, or in 4 hours to an entire classroom. The workshop does not rely on reading the books and uses animated videos, data visualizations, and a range of classroom activities to engage the students, along with step-by-step guidelines for teachers. And now, back to the book. I'll hand over to Yuval and Rana for a deeper dive. Thank you very much.
Boo, boo. Evil.
Hi, Yuval.
Leave those kids alone.
I think it does. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just before we start, let's spare a thought to all the Ukrainian children who are becoming refugees. According to the UN, more than 70,000 children.
They got to act like they care about the children of the stage scripted fake ass wars going on. Oh, we care about the children. No, they never care about the children other than care about their adrenochrome and indoctrinating them and to future control and enslave them.
Every day are becoming refugees, having to flee Ukraine. And today we're talking about children, and we're talking about children's books and their education. And it's a painful experience that they're going through, and let's remember them. And also today we heard that Afghan high school girls were invited back to school, but then they were told that they had to go home. Another heartbreaking story for children and girls in Afghanistan. And we were discussing this earlier with Yuval. Yuval, first of all, tell us about the book and what you think about all these children.
Well, I think that these examples are very painful, and they illustrate the immense hold that history has over the present. Because whether in Ukraine or whether in Afghanistan or in many other places, we are like the prisoners of stories invented by dead people in the past.
Okay, he talks about giving up stories from dead people that dead people create, but yet he clings to Darwinism and that we came from monkeys. I mean, come on, dude. He's such a hypocrite and a liar and just such a fraud.
If you ask why are girls not allowed to go to school, then this is not some natural law. It's because of a story that people invented hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago, and that still dominates our life. And if you think about the terrible tragedy in Ukraine, then you have basically one person inflicting his fantasies on millions of people, and in his imagination.
Uh-oh, it just messed up on me. But anyway, he wants to do the same thing that he says is bad. He wants to shape the future and program people, but he knows he has to give up all your beliefs in anything and everything except for what he wants you to believe, which is Darwinism and merging with machines is good, and all the new one world order agenda stuff. Nothing to see here, but just a man who really, truly is auditioning to be the Antichrist. Yeah. All right. So let's see. I've had enough of him at this point, so I'm going to move on. Just see. Okay. All right. So I've got some residue to show, but man, I came across this channel. Hello, this is big right here. Flyover Conservatives. They're probably bigger on some other platforms. Rumble, BitChute. Let's see. They got their own website. I mean, they only got 499 subscribers, but they've got like a semi-professional show, going on. But they're so stuck on stupid. I got to just say it like that. But wait till you see who they idolize and call a prophet, and what this prophet says about who he idolizes. I guess Trump the chump. I mean, this is it, folks. You're gonna get a good laugh here. This is the main course for you right here. I'm gonna just jump to it right now and show you what these idiots are putting out here. Okay. Oh my God. It's hilarious. Now he does talk about Yuval Noah Harari, this prophet guy. And wait till you see him. I mean, you just gotta. Oh my God. This is something you when you need a good laugh, you can come check this out. So, all right, let me see. La 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 la.
I think I'll have to go to their videos. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So this guy called, his name's Robin Bullock. Yeah, probably bullshit. I mean, he does recognize that Noah Harari is, an antichrist. I'll give him that. But wait till you see this guy. Wait till just all right. I'm gonna just shut up. It's hilarious. This is some funny stuff. Right
or
here.
they would never call him a prophet.
Hold on. Let me get back to the beginning here. Okay.
And hear the word of the Lord. The Lord said this.
This is called the FOC show. And oh boy, I tell you. All right, here we go. Flyover conservatives playing politics, but this is some funny stuff.
Now have him to contend with. Because now the time of Isaiah 63, verse 1 through 6 is happening. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This
of the pool and the portal, and another book called God is Absolutely Good. And you're going to hear a lot about God and how he is absolutely good today. The one, the only Robin Bullock.
Yay!
Shalom. I'm so honored to get to be with you guys, man. I really love you guys, and I like your program, and it's just good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's truly an honor. We've been really looking forward to this and have so much that we want to share with our audience and questions to ask you. The first thing that we really want to talk about is that book, God is Absolutely Good. Is he really absolutely good? And is he really all powerful?
Yes, he is absolutely good, and he is all powerful.
Mandela affected.
He is the Most High. He's the El Elyon.
Right there.
The Most High. When God looks up, there ain't nobody there.
except for man's finger, apparently, because there's man's finger on the left and God's hands on the right. Nothing to see here. That the hand is just man's hand's higher than God's.
Love him.
I love it. People need to be reminded of this because,
right on his book.
It's currently, but a lot of people spend a year locked at home, faces covered, hide behind their water heater, watching, the news.
Masketeers do, NPCs do.
Sensationalized, media. They kind of start to forget who created things. You kind of forget who's in charge. I mean, just riddle you with some questions because people need to be reminded right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Who created everything? Who else was there in the beginning? Is God getting old? Is he tired? Is he, like Joe Biden walking around looking to shake hands? Is he chewing his nails? Is he still on the throne? Like who's still in charge?
Well, as far as in charge goes, you have to remember, and people should remember this, that God wasn't in charge of your life until you put him in charge of your life. You did whatever you wanted to do. And when people say, well, do what you want to do, that's what they're going to do anyway, what they want to do. And, it's in this life, you have a choice and you can choose to walk with him. And if you do, there's a great destiny ahead of you. Or you can choose to turn against him and walk another direction. And then he can't help you much at all. And you know what the thing is he would follow somebody with his mercy all the way to the gate of hell before they entered in. He would do everything he could. He's not insulted. You can't insult him. You can't offend him. You can't hurt him. He is absolutely good. And God's anger literally means to his driving passion to deliver someone. That's what the anger of God actually means. And so we confuse God, the person of God, with the government of God. And this is what we do on a regular basis as believers. And so we think God and his government are the same person. And it's just like this nation. It has laws, it has courts, it has government. And but the people have to know how to live inside the government. And if they live inside the government, they'll be blessed. If they live in you know what I mean. If it's a non-manipulated government,
Yeah.
Correct.
and God He won't change, and He's not evil. So everything He has is designed to bless you. Everything in this nation set up in our great Declaration and Constitution was designed to bless you. But some other people have hijacked it because and made it to work against you and weaponized all the blessings to attack the people with it. And that's what you're dealing with right now. So, we have to get our thinking straight. We have to start thinking, but God is absolutely good. He is the El Elyon, and He's not surprised, and He is not afraid. And you're about to see something that you've never seen before.
Hallelujah.
And I
Man,
love
that's
that.
exciting.
Because
We are
it's-
holding on to that. I mean, truly, we are holding on to that and believing and knowing He's going to do that.
I love stories, even like you could take 100, but like David approaching Goliath, there was a process of affirmation of him reminding himself. It's like, I'd love to see a real movie someday with a big budget that really depicts that, as it took place, because he didn't walk around just, I hope this works out well. And he was talking trash to Goliath walking up. He was reminding Goliath of who he served, but he's probably reminded himself a little bit of who he served. He had to have been in his flesh nervous, but the words coming out of his mouth were strength. They were power. They were declarations. They were declaring, who was who in the zoo as he was approaching. I think that's sometimes we lose track of that. We start repeating the headlines a little bit, and not repeating, words of faith and strength.
Yeah. Well, see, David knew something that believers have lost sight of for the most part.
Wait till he starts talking about
David
Trump.
knew
It's coming
he was
up.
anointed. He knew he was anointed. There was no mistaking it when the prophet Samuel filled his horn with oil, and poured the whole horn over David's head. And David knew from the top of his head all the way down his body that he was anointed. He killed the lion, he killed the bear. And when he looked at that giant, here's something that people miss in that story. When David looked at that giant, and David talked to King Saul, this is what he said. He said, Saul said, "You can't fight him. You're a youth, and he's been a warrior. He's been killing men since he was a youth." And David said, he was telling him, "You don't understand. This is not the job of a warrior. I kept my father's sheep, and a lion and a bear came after the sheep. I took a shepherd's anointing and killed them both." He said, this thing is a lion and a bear, and all of Israel is my sheep. It's my father's sheep. And I'm going to kill him the same way that I killed the bear and the lion. And so he told Saul, it's not the job here for a warrior. It's the job for a shepherd. And it was a shepherd's anointing that killed Goliath. And then David kicked in the warrior's anointing when he pulled Goliath's sword and cut his head off. And so that's what people need to remember. David knew, I'm anointed. This is a lion. These are the sheep. I'll kill him the same way. Don't let your heart fail you over this thing. And so the shepherd knocked him down and killed him with a stone. The Hebrew said it dropped into his brain like a pebble in a brook. That's how fast that stone was moving. They probably heard that day. They probably heard a boom, a sonic boom when it went through the air. And it went through that helmet, lodged in the middle of his brain. The stone messes with the thinking of giants. It gets right in their brain, the anointing. And so the body of Christ needs to remember something. You are anointed. You're anointed to do this. That's why they're not attacking giants. They don't know they're anointed. And you've got little pansy churches that won't let the anointing move. They don't let the 9 gifts of the Spirit move. And if somebody spoke in tongues, they'd pass out. They don't know what to do with that. And so no wonder we're not attacking giants. Prophets come on the scene and point their fingers at leaders and kings and everything else, and it scares the church out of their mind because they're not used to such boldness. So
that's huge. Now you made a comment on 11th Hour this week about, or maybe Church International on Sunday, one of the two, but you were talking about word of faith and the prophetic now merging. Can you touch on that? And what does that look like? And what does that mean exactly?
Okay. Here is where I believe we are. This is what the Lord has shown me. And he said, this is part of the call that I have to do. See, every denomination is actually a revelation. It's not a denomination, it's a revelation. It began with a revelation. See, it began like the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church had a revelation of the passion of the Christ, what he suffered on the cross. Mm-hmm. Everything that happened after that got into works and denominated up and just got everything messed up. But the original revelation is true. Everything you know about the crucifixion, you actually learn from the Catholic Church. Almost everything you can put your finger on.
Yep.
All right. Out of the Catholic Church, then they knew the works was someone woke up to it. This is not right. We don't need to do penance. We need to do repentance. Mm-hmm. And so Martin Luther heard the voice of the Lord speak and say, the just will live by faith. That's a revelation.
Yeah.
The Lutheran Church was born. So these began on revelations. Out of the Lutherans came the Methodism, which was sanctification and holiness. Out of that came the 9 gifts of the...
I should have wrote down the part where he was talking about the FBI raid, because that was supposed to be first. And I know it's before you've all who know Noah Harari, who he's fixing to start talking about here in 10 minutes. So, I guess I missed it. Let's see. Let me go back here real quick. Because it's so funny what he said. He's talking about freaking Trump as a prophet. Oh my goodness, give me a break.
Current events and examine culture through the lens of conservative Christian values.
Stand the Flyover Conservative Podcast. We're not only talking to one of my favorite personalities, one of my heroes, somebody that we truly follow on a regular basis, but somebody who I think is one of the most important voices in the world today. When you look through history, you'd say at this point and that point, this person's voice made a difference and shifted things. He's the author of The Pool and the Portal, and another book called God is Absolutely Good. And you're going to hear a lot about God and how he is absolutely good today. The one, the only Robin Bullock.
Yay!
Shalom. I'm so honored to get to be with you guys, man. I really love you guys, and I like your program. And
I don't know what's going on here, because it doesn't even seem like it's what I watched the last time. All right. I'm going to check right here and see if this is where he talks about
if we tithe, the devourer is rebuked for our sake, that don't even know what a prophet is. They don't even know what the mantle of a prophet does.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
They think a prophet is prophetic. Well, everybody's prophetic.
Right.
If they're born again, they can hear the voice of the Lord, and they're the prophet of their own life.
Yep.
And if what they speak is where they're going, well, that's not a prophet's mantle, though. The mantle of a prophet is way different. And the reason it's being persecuted is because people haven't seen prophets in 30 years.
Right.
Robin, I want to dive into that word prophet just a little bit, because we consider you a prophet. We consider you the strongest prophetic voice of our time, right now. And at least, I can't speak for the world, but I can speak for us. You've given words that have been a rope for us to hold on to, that restored our faith, changed directions, gave clarity, for what even we're doing for this product that we create here as a show that didn't even exist a year and a half ago, but we were still sitting listening to you. There's someone else that's considered a prophet right now. Barack Obama has a guy that he calls the prophet. His name's Yuval Noah Harari. Other people refer to him as the prophet. He's written some of the best-selling books over the last few years. Klaus Schwab, bring him in as an advisor. The night show hosts, bring him in, put him on a platform of high esteem. Celebrities, he's lifted up by many of the mountains of influence. I want to play a couple of clips from him, and get your opinion of this prophet. And it's, to me, it's when I heard.
I'll have to find the Trump stuff later and just clip it and make a short video on it, because this guy goes into detail about the FBI raid and says it's all, that Trump is a true prophet and God's using him and all. I mean, it's just unbelievable, all the stuff he says. So he might have said some things that I agree with, in this, but definitely I do not agree with Trump as some kind of prophet, especially when he's an antichrist. He says he doesn't need forgiveness. He doesn't live his life, where he needs forgiveness and all this stuff. So, pretty silly for somebody who lets people call him a prophet to be saying that Trump is a prophet. But let's listen to what he says about the Antichrist. I mean, the auditioning person for Antichrist, Yuval Noah Harari.
First of all, them refer to him as a prophet. It shook me because I think that's a sacred word. But it also showed me that they have a perspective and that they have a view, and they actually have a value for someone in that position.
Yes. Agenda, that's right.
They have an agenda, or they would never call him a prophet.
Yep.
So let's play a couple of these. We have actually two different clips. We'll play the first one here and just kind of get your reaction to this.
We need to realize that humans are now hackable animals. You can hack them. And if you just leave the basically 18th century system or 19th century system that we've inherited without major changes, the result will be an emotional puppet show.
I want to highlight the word. If that's your first time to hear him, you got to really kind of lean in. But the phrase there is, "We are hackable animals," which is a deviation from being made in God's image. But for those of you just listening, that's Yuval Noah Harari talking about the idea that we, as a species, are hackable animals that can easily be controlled, and in the future will be controlled by the elites.
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead. You said you've got other clips.
I do. We have they're real short and they're all put together. So
let's play the next one.
Play one more. We can do them in a clump.
Yeah.
The soul and the afterlife and things like that. The main task of God was to ensure agricultural production and victory in war. If you read really the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, it's all about agricultural production. It's about rain, it's about pestilence, it's about fertility. And now we are much better than the God of the Bible. I mean, in the Bible you have these recurring droughts that the people of Israel do something wrong, God's become angry, drought, no water. And now Israel has built in recent years a huge desalinization factory on the shores of the Mediterranean. And most drinking water in Israel today actually come from these plants, from these factories. So we can make God as angry as we like. I mean, he can stop the rains. We don't care. We still have water because science has managed to go way beyond the expectations of the ancient Hebrews.
You have a lovely passage where you say, looking at the world today, God seems to be making a comeback, but this is a mirage. God is dead. It just takes a while to get rid of the body.
If you think about the Bible, for example, so in the first book of Genesis, what God does is to create animals and plants and humans. And we now want to gain this ability to ourselves to manufacture animals and plants and humans. And we even go beyond God. I mean, even if you believe in the Bible, the only thing the God of the Bible managed to create is organic beings. He managed to create the cows and the tomatoes and the giraffes and the humans, all organic. Now we try to go beyond the God of the Bible and create inorganic life, something he never managed to do, either according to the Bible or according to biology. For 4 billion years, all of life was organic, and now we want to create inorganic life. That's really divinity is not far enough to describe what we are trying to do.
Wow, just the
And-
arrogance.
And we could do these for hours because he
Yeah.
goes on and on. He speaks at Davos, where the Mark Zuckerberg and these guys all come together, and he is the keynote voice in these people's world. Most people probably don't know who he is unless you follow this closely, but people that you know, the Barack Obamas and the Joe Bidens and this is their prophet.
Okay. All right. To start with, if everyone knew the ignorance that he's spewing at them, and he's really telling the people that's listening to him how stupid they are, and they're not reading, hearing anything he's saying, and if you know what you're listening for, I want you to really pay attention to what he said, because what he said was he never denied there was a God.
Right.
Now you have to remember this. That was a spirit that was there when God did it. Listen to how he says it. All God managed to do was this: create organic life, trees, tomatoes, giraffes, humans. He never said there wasn't a God. He said all he managed to do. Listen to the Spirit admit he saw him do it. He saw what he did. He saw how he did it. And he's saying all he managed to do. That's a spirit that was there that possesses this man. If you can't hear, listen to how he talks. This is a demon spirit speaking
That
through
is true.
a man.
Definitely. Multiple
and
demons.
People don't realize it, but see, the man's homosexual to begin with. And so, and you're looking at things.
He's
that
married
even
to a
some
man,
of
not just
The
homosexual.
Jewish people believe that he's like a false Messiah or something to that effect. Because everything the man is saying, he always admits there's a God, but something talking saw God do what he did. Can you see that?
Yes, definitely
Can y'all see that?
Absolutely.
Yep, that makes total sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying all he managed to do. Okay, then he says, we're going to go beyond the God of the Bible. And if God was not a factor, and it's just technology, why is he bringing him up?
Right.
Consistently.
Why is he even bringing him up? Why did Barack Obama follow, rules for radicals? Saul Alinsky's teachings, and the first of the book is dedicated to Lucifer.
Yep.
People need to begin to realize you're listening to a demon spirit. But you know what it's like? It's like this, guys. If somebody ran a plant, say they've got a manufacturing plant, and they fired somebody, or they used to work at this manufacturing plant, and they're now somewhere else building their own. And they say, well, all Joe over there managed to do was create an incentive program for promotion in our plant. You just admitted the plant was real, Joe was real, and the thing he did was real.
Right.
Yep.
What he said was all the God of the Bible managed to do. Now, this is a spirit speaking.
He did say, if
In
you
other
believe
words,
the Bible,
this
though,
spirit was there, and the Bible said fallen
which
angels.
he thinks the Bible is fake
Or
news.
a fallen
totally.
angel, which wasn't fallen then, said when they saw God lay the foundation of the world, they shouted for joy. Now, he just let you know whatever spirit that's talking through him saw it happen. And he laid the complete foundation of everything. I got something to challenge this person with. Let's see you create organic life.
Right.
I want to see now. Wait a minute. Now you got to remember the organic life he's talking about is spewing out blasphemy right there, and he just admitted he's a created being.
Yep.
Right.
And he says we're going to go beyond the God of the Bible. You know, there was a little kid's story years ago that I'll never forget this, and it was just kind of told. I don't know if it was a kid's story or not, but it's kind of simple on this. He said. man challenged God and said, we can do what you can do. This was way back. We can do what you can do. And God said, okay, well, we'll just have this contest. What do you want to do? And God says, well, let's create a man. Science says, okay, no problem. We can do that. And they go over there and start gathering up dirt. And then God says, oh, wait a minute, now hold it. You got to get your own dirt.
Yeah,
That is
get your own
so
dirt.
good.
Well, it's an instant perspective shift.
Instant.
Well, yeah, and it's like this. You take this guy, his name is Yuval Noah Harari. Think about this, as it was in the days of Noah. And then think about this. His name is Yuval, which is a direct name descended from Cain. Okay, so now here you have all of this going on. They call him the prophet. If they don't want you to believe in God, he needs to shut his mouth about God.
Right.
Because he's admitting that he's real. And anybody with any intelligence at all knows this. While old Yuval sits there on that set, suddenly the overwhelming urge to go to the bathroom can hit him. And, and he will have to get up off that set or either make a mess in that chair he's sitting.
That's true.
And so, which proves that he hasn't gone beyond a
333
kindergartner
views.
or an infant in diapers yet. So then when he starts talking about things like this, people that shout and listen he's insulting their intelligence.
Yep.
And, first create yourself, then talk about doing something else, because all that pile of dirt's sitting there is talking about taking something God already made, which was him.
Yep.
Right.
And picking a few pieces of copper and bending them around and sticking a plug in the wall, hooking juice to it. Well, this is all child's play.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to nothing but your word and speak it into existence.
That's right.
From
And
nothing. Create
From
something
nothing.
from nothing.
That's right.
I mean,
something from
really-
nothing.
All right. Alrighty. So I wish I would have found that part about the FBI raid where he says Trump's a freaking prophet. But I mean, I can agree with a lot of stuff he's saying. There's definitely these world leaders and these people who are their advisors, like Yuval. Brandon, please stop. They are definitely demon-filled, folks. They definitely are. There's no doubt about it. They are. And so they're unpredictable in a sense, predictable and unpredictable. But I've dealt with, unfortunately, quite a few people that were demon-possessed, including my wife. And so I know how horrible that is, how real it is, and how damaging and violent they can be. So there's nothing to listen to, Braylon. Here. All right. So anyway, moving back to the residue, I have some new residue for daylight savings. Daylight savings time is now daylight saving time. Drop the S. It's one of the many Mandela effects that we have lost the S or added the S or whatever, So here we go. 4 days ago, daylight savings right there. The first one. Second one, 2 weeks ago, daylight savings. But yet it's always been saving now. That one was saving. Daylight savings 4 days ago. Right there, due to daylight savings time. All right, moving on right here. Daylight savings in a book. Daylight savings, not saving. 1986. Daylight savings time changes. Effects on sleep and mood. It's right there in the title for you.
Not only is it daylight savings time today, but also International Women's Day. This is from last year, a book. The best thing about daylight savings time is it shortens the current presidential term by 1 hour. 2020. It's daylight savings time. Waking up on a daylight savings day to clocks that read different times. Here from, this is a Congress thing here from 1981, Library of Congress, daylight savings time right there on the top. And right down here, to amend the Uniform Time Act of 1966 to provide that daylight savings time commence each year on the first Sunday in March rather than the last Sunday in April. And then we go on over here. That was the same one over there. Whoops. Okay. Now we're on to Christopher Reeve's residue. So we got in a book right here, Christopher Reeves. It's in Comic Connections, Analyzing Hero and Identity. Christopher Reeves, not Reeve. He's lost. He lost his S. There's nothing to listen to, Braylon. Stop, please. I'm doing this. Christopher Reeves here in another book, Success and Happiness, One Day at a Time. Christopher Reeves, not Reeve. Another book. All these editors getting it wrong here, letting this stuff fly. It's amazing. And all these people that remember like we do. Christopher Reeves, Messed Up Men of the Bible, is the name of the book. Okay. Wow. Mixed Race Superman, Keanu, Obama, and Multi-Racial Experience. The 1978 version of Superman starring Christopher Reeves, not Reeve, in the title role Superman. Christopher Reeves here, Celebrity Smackdown. Okay, there you go. Christopher Reeves, of course. What's the difference between Christopher Reeves and O.J. Simpson? Christopher Reeves got an electric chair. O.J. walked. Love Me, Touch Me, Heal Me. Christopher Reeves, actor Christopher Reeves. Bleeding the Little Lambs. The wolf is bleeding the little lambs, probably. Christopher Reeves no longer believes. Department of Labor, Health and Human Services in the aftermath of Christopher Reeves' spinal cord injury. And again, Christopher Reeves right there, up below it. My mouse is acting up. Dang it. Washington State Wilderness Act of 1983. Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves here. Social media and the value of truth. Page 33. Oh, goodness gracious. But compare this psychology. I can't even say that right now. Understandable fiction to real life psychology. There you go. No, psychologically understand the fiction to real life example of Christopher Reeves, the actor who became paralyzed from the neck down at the age of 42. Reeves struggled mightily against his physical problems. Really, well, he struggled to hang on to that S on his last name, and it's gone now. So, just like him. All right. It's on and on and on, folks. Christopher Reeves, and just page after page. But now, if you go to the first page here, look what you get. Christopher Reeve. All these are Christopher Reeve. So I put in Christopher Reeves
Where's all the Christopher Reeves? Oh, that's right. I got to jump to page 10 to start seeing Christopher Reeves because you want to hide it, Google. You don't want people to realize that it really was Christopher Reeves and how many people remember it, how many books. Imagine that. So anyway, moving on. 10 best movies based on stage plays according to Reddit. And you can bet, let's see, we've got Reeves right there. Christopher Reeves kills the parts. Michael Caine and Christopher Reeves kill their parts. All right. F3. We have Michael Keaton as Batman and Christopher Reeves as Superman. Set the bar pretty high. Christopher Reeves. This is all new stuff this month. Movie review, DC, League of Super Pets. Christopher Reeves, right there in parentheses. Christopher Reeves, not Reeve. Nothing to see here, folks. Christopher Reeves films and the gritty ultra realism of Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Christopher Reeves. Again, still from this month, Christopher Reeves. Right there, Christopher Reeves. Also starred by Marlon Brando. And then down here, Reeves and had grand ambitions for the film. Excuse me. Don't bring that in here, Braylon. All right, we have again now in a book here. Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah. Oh no, we have this moving on to Sally Fields now in a book. Sally Fields, with the S here because she lost her S just like Christopher Reeve did in a scene from the early '70s movie called Smokey and the Bandit. You smoke much, Reynolds asked Fields. I just started, she answered as she puffed haplessly on a Marlboro. Sally Fields, Sally Fields, Sally Fields, Sally Fields. Bunch of times. Sally Fields, not Sally Field. Here we go. Sally Fields in a book. Right there, played by Sally Fields. Braylon, please stop. All right, here we go again. Oops. Fields, where you at? Right there. A delicate likeness of Sally Fields in a violet silk chiffon gown, and it has Sally Fields. It says the border is labeled Sally Fields on it. So if we could see that picture, it's got Sally Fields with an S on it. Let me see if I can figure out how to. I don't know why I haven't been able to. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I blew it up pretty damn big there. Not too big. It's too small a writing, I guess, but somewhere on there it says Sally Fields, they said. Anyway. All right. Let's get back to the right sides here. Sally Fields. Someone had mentioned I look like Sally Fields in those Boniva commercials. I favored Sally Fields. Translation, Sally Fields looks young. Fields with an S. Boniva and Sally Fields. Boniva ads with Sally Fields. It's another book with Sally Fields. All these books got it wrong. Forrest Gump cast Tom Hanks. Blech. Sally Fields, Gary Sinise, and so on and so on. Sally Fields, a book about Forrest Gump, or about movies and about Forrest Gump. Yeah. All right.
And Sally Fields. I know how Sally Fields felt. There you go. Now, was this the part? This might be the part that let's see, that he was talking about the FBI raid. No. Okay, never mind. That was where we were at. But yeah. So I think I shared everything I wanted to share there. Let me see. We'll go back to my holy moly, to my. Let's see. Did I already cancel that? I had that open still.
You taught me to tell the truth here. Outer space, but it's all fake. It's fucking fake. $60 million every day is what we pay. They fucking take. 'Cause we're brainwashed, trained to believe, and they.
Oh god, dude.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah, I did just mute myself. That's right. Anyway, thank you, Brian, for texting me. I guess you're not live yet because I don't see you live yet. I was just saying that I see that JD Frog is live with his weekly Bible prophecy update. And I agree with him that it can't be much longer. I think that the tribulation period is going to start this year, and we don't have much year left. So this fall is looking ripe for the start of the 7-year tribulation period, the last 7 years of the church age, whatever you want to call it. It's coming. And I guarantee you, if I click on. But now he believes in a pre trib rapture, which I don't. So there's that. Psh. 666 watching. Look at that. Google stopped it on 666. Jeez. He usually has thousands of people watching this. It's probably he just started 10 minutes ago, but by the end of it, he'll have thousands of people watching it. But that's crazy how Google stopped it on 666. You know, it's over that now. But anyway, I used to share his Bible prophecy every week when he was talking about COVID and COVID's role in the beast system and all that good stuff. But yeah, he also, like me, believes that the tribulation period is right around the corner, and it doesn't matter what you believe, folks. The elite are making all of the Bible prophecies of the Bible come true. They're making the book of Revelations pop off the pages and become real. So we don't have to believe in any of it. They're going to make it real, anyway, become real. So let's see. Are you waiting on me to finish to go live, Brian? Because I can stop now, or I could show a couple more things. But um, all right, hang on a second. Check this out. Your boy Russell Brand and the Antichrist. This is sick. Anybody else want to puke? So charming, so precious he is not. Ugh! Disgusting and pathetic. More like it. Her. Mars farce. All right, so I'm sorry for all the interruptions from my grandson. I probably will not go live again while he's awake ever because it's just too hard, y'all. I mean, my gosh. Borrow a 2-year-old and try and go live at the same time. Yeah, if you don't have one around. Oh my goodness. I love him to death. And he doesn't get what I'm trying to do here, and he wants Papa to get off. It's almost been 2.5 hours, so I got to get off here and tend to him. But anyway, I think Brian's already live or about to go live, so or premiere something or something. So go over there and check that out. And I appreciate everyone that came through. Sorry for, like I said, for all the interruptions and me getting distracted and whatnot and muted and all that stuff. Whew. My goodness. Hope you have a wonderful week coming up. Marvelous Monday. Tommy here, Tommy out. God bless you all.